Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson, and I'm back today with another 2 trades. Today's date is August the 7th. Now both my trades were done during the Asian session, right in this blue box area. Now one of the trades I did, I don't normally recommend to do it, but I'll explain to you why I did it. As you can see down here, it's the dollar CAD. But I like generally trading when the markets are open, and at the Asian time frame, obviously the dollar CAD market is not open. Now let's take a quick look at this Euro New Zealand here. Looks like I got in at 734 right at this cursor. This is a very good example of a great way to trade. It always produces with a very high success rate. Now you always got to realize that there can be a pullback, and that's what this is right here. This is a pullback. Let's see what I got in at this time. It was only 14 pips, and I knew it had to do it. Quite possible that it can do that, and it did do that, but I knew it would be just a cycle going against the overall trend, and I decided to close out the trade right here with 20 pips. And if I can get 20 to 40 pips on each trade, I'm very happy with that. And now those 20 pips on the Euro New Zealand paid $1,314. Now we can move on to the dollar CAD here. On this dollar CAD, it's another very good example. When I saw this setup, I knew it was going to go up. I was hesitating on doing the dollar CAD because the market is not open. But quick look at the meter, and guess what? The meter was telling me that is the best pair to trade. In other words, the dollar was right at the top, and the CAD was right at the bottom. So I decided to take the trade at 742. Let's see how that trade worked out. Again, I should have just waited for a bit of a pullback, but I knew the most it can go back. Now it's not guaranteed, but the most it usually will do is to around the goal line. So I was willing to take that chance, because going to the goal line is, as the goal line goes up, it would be around 22 pip stop. It did go against me, only 16 pips, and I closed it out. My goal was, especially on this dollar CAD, was when it hit the ADR, close the trade. And I closed it out, looks like with 41 pips. And 41 pips on the dollar CAD paid $3,083. So like I said, normally I wouldn't do the dollar CAD in the Asian session, but the meter was telling me best pair to trade, and I knew I was going to get some pips. I wasn't thinking about getting 40 pips, but it worked out, and it looks like I closed out almost at a perfect area, because as you can see, it came back and then went sideways. Trading is super easy for me with the with any of my trigger systems, and I definitely want to point out that I do have a lot of trigger systems. There's 27 of them, and now I also want to tell you that it is not the system. So don't waste your time like I did 15 years ago, jumping from system to system through hundreds of systems. You're just wasting your time and your money. All the systems that are out there, people who are selling them, they do work for the person who's selling them. Now every successful trader out there will tell you, or they should, unless anybody is just trying to sell you a system, $2,000 to $5,000, they won't tell you this. But even very expensive systems, and I did buy very up to $7,000 like for one system. And it, at the time I could not make it work. But the situation is you have to learn how to trade the markets. And that I explain in great detail within the training videos. It's okay to buy system after system, but don't do like I did, 700 systems. That's kind of like overboard. But I really wanted to learn how to trade. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. And if you have a burning desire to do that, trading is possible, but you will not learn it within 30 days. Impossible. Now, the only good thing about buying many different systems is hopefully you're going to get a lot of training and education. Now, remember, if you're going to buy something for $100, or more, you're just going to get a PDF book. That is not good enough. That system will not work for you. I know, I bought hundreds of them. But where you find success is within the training videos, the education within the training videos. And get your hands on as many videos as you can. And once you learn how the market flows, the market does the same thing every day. And then once you put everything together, and I would not trade without a meter. And definitely I would have never taken the dollar CAD last night without a meter. It would be suicide. Well, it did work out, but it could have just gone flat all night. But the meter was telling me I'm going to get some pips. So, hey, 10, 20 pips, I'm happy with that. And 41 is fantastic. I was not expecting 41. So let me repeat, it's not the system. I've got 1,200 systems on my computer and they all work. If I can trade each and every one of them. Why can I do it and you cannot do it? It's because you don't have enough time in yet. I don't care if you've been doing this 5 years. It depends on how much time every day you're spending in front of the charts and doing homework. Just don't stay in front of the charts and trading, because you have to know why you're winning and why you're losing. And that's where all the educational training videos come from. You're going to learn the proper way to trade, and then you're going to trade, and then one day the light bulb will go off. You'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you will start to find success. Remember, the psychological part is the #1 killer of all new traders. If you don't solve that problem, the best system in the world, making somebody $1 million or more a year, and you will fail, you will blow up your account, and you'll say the system is garbage, it doesn't work. It's not garbage, it's just you don't know how to trade the markets. Once you learn how to trade the markets, and you must use a meter, if you don't use a meter, you will fail. As far as I'm concerned anyhow. I use indicators. I'm a day trader. I'm in and out after a few hours. That is the way I trade. I don't do necessarily scalping, but some of my trades are less than 10 pips. It's just because the market is not cooperating the way I thought it would, and that is why I do 2 to 5 trades, just in case one doesn't move very much. And I like to make some pips every day. What I just said there was your tip of the day, and I can say it 100 times, and doesn't mean that you'll fully understand it, but education, and do the homework. You cannot become a doctor or lawyer in 30 days, so don't expect trading to happen. As one trader told me, it took him over 5 years just to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and he spent a lot of money on education. I did exactly the same thing. So let's see, that was, I believe I said 41 pips, and 41 pips on the dollar CAD paid $3,083, and pip total was 61 pips. Not bad for the Asian time frame, and I ended up as I was watching hockey, I ended up making $4,397. I don't even know if I'm going to trade today. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. I know non-farm payroll is coming out, so I'll take a look at the charts, and if there's a trade set up, I'll trade, and if not, I am done trading for this week. So both of these trades were a great way to trade. It's the way that I trade. I like to be winning every day. Very, very few losers. Can't remember my last losing trade. Sometimes I get the timing a little bit off. I get a little bit impatient, but it hit this area right here. I knew it was going to do less than 20 pips pullback. I knew it was going to keep going. So once you know the trend direction, meters telling you to do it, well, you're off to the races and making pips. So if your system is not producing, like my trigger system, any one of them as a matter of fact, I suggest that you get your hands on this master trigger, and to do so all you have to do is look right below this video. You'll see this right up, master trigger system. I do charge $250 for. Now it comes with 3.5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy on your platform. Now it comes with 4 MT4 templates, 10 custom make that 8. I was thinking about the magic trigger. I removed 2 of the indicators, so now we're down to 8 custom indicators. I like to keep it as clean as possible, not too cluttered, and trading decisions are quite easily made. And also throw in my favorite meter. Now it comes with a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents. This is what you need. Now it's not directly talking about my trigger system, but it is directly talking about how to trade the markets. So this is what you need. You know, there is like $1,000, thousands of dollars to tell you the truth, within these Word documents and these PDF books. This alone is worth 10 times $250. Anyhow, you know, you have to get your hands on as much education and training as possible, or you will fail, guaranteed. So there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 40 training videos. I threw in 9 bonus videos. My number 1 way to trade is right here, a great way to trade. That's exactly the way I did the 2 trades. I trade 95% of my trades are like that. I know they're going to work, and I don't know about you, but I like to see winning trades daily. I don't like to see losing trades. If you like to see losing trades, then go trade the news, and that is very difficult. I've almost stopped trading the news because I can do much better trading. A much easier way to trade is a great way to trade. Now I wanted to point out what makes the master trigger just a bit better than all my other trigger systems. They're all good. This is just a bit better. I throw in a lot of advanced trading tips. I do it on the other one, but these advanced trading tips, in each and every video, I give a ton of them, a lot of them, and it'll help you to see how the market is moving. And also this right here, how to stay in the trade for more pips. This is very important. And of course, I normally don't max out the maximum pips, mainly because 20 to 40 pips, and I'm a couple of trades, like I'm happy with that. 40 to 60 pips, I'm very happy with that. How to trade at the right hand edge, first time I've done it. So you will see what I see. It helps a lot. I've already had a lot of traders telling me these 2 videos are worth the $250. And of course, how to trade higher time frames. Keep in mind the AO, you can adjust that to any time frame you want, but I also always take a quick look at a couple of higher time frames just to make sure I have the trend. I'm going in the direction of the trend. So let's see now. I also show many great trade setups I teach how to backtest the master trigger, how to scalp the market, how to scan the market. I teach how to trade all 3 sessions, including this London close here. I also teach how to trade pullbacks. Here's the pullback. And of course, if it breaks through and keeps going down, I teach how to trade that, which is called reversals right here. I also teach how to trade around the goal line. As you can see, around the goal line, same as around here. You're making trading decisions right in this area. Like if you wanted to trade live right now, it's only 8:15 in the morning. So it'll either go up, but you have to look a little left, look left to be right. That's what my mentor told me 15 years ago. Look left to be right. And then of course, the clues are on the left side, whether it'll go up or down. Remember what I said, you have to learn how to trade the flow of the markets. And I also teach how to trade the news. It is doable, but very difficult. And of course, how to trade with a day job. And that's more or less what I did last night. You know, generally as a rule, you work till 4 or 5 o'clock, come home, dinner, wash up, whatever you have to do, get in front of the charts and wait for the setup and grab some pips. And then you're done. And you can actually manage the trade. And sometimes the London will kick in, not for the dollar CAD, just to let you know that. But the pound and the euro pairs, it can do a pullback and go up another 100 pips. And you'll wake up in the morning with 100 to 200 pips. I teach exactly how to do that if you have a day job. So there is a lot of things that you have to learn. So remember, chart time and a lot of it, and don't forget a lot of education. And eventually, you'll be part of the 5% who are making over $100,000 a year. You know, it could be 500, could be $1 million. It depends on how much money that you have you can give to the broker. It's as simple as that. The more money you give to the broker, the more money you'll make. That's the way it works. Now, if you have any questions at all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, just shoot me an email, Forex_. Remember, there's an underscore here. I do prefer Skype, made it easy for you. All you got to do is click on this link right here. We'll have contact, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session and answer your questions. And I've had traders, fairly new traders, I tell them exactly what you got to do to become a successful trader. And some of them say this is too difficult and they back out and they just, you know, they're not serious enough. Everybody just wants to spend a couple of $100 and make more money than doctors and lawyers. As soon as I tell them it's a lot more difficult than that, it's up to you. If you're willing to put in the time and spend money on education, then you will be part of the 5% who actually make it. And of course, that Skype session is not only free, but you know, it probably lasts up to about an hour. It depends on how many questions. One trader I talked 3 hours to, he had 1,000 questions, so I tried to accommodate everybody. But anyhow, over many years, I built 27 trigger systems. And if you want to see screenshots, just click on this link here. So that just about wraps up this video. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, good luck with your trading. And remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.